Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
Welcome, everyone, to a Dynasty Dads player profile. This episode is brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating. We wish you Amari offseason. This guy's so fun to talk about. The man that got straight out of Oakland. Amari Cooper saw his value skyrocket after his trade to Dallas. I'll admit, I was a guy that was super excited to see Amari with the star on the side of his helmet. And with the contract extension on the horizon for Mr. Cooper, it looks like he'll be there for a long time. Let's take a little in-depth look at his numbers in Dallas. From week 8 on, Cooper had 53 receptions, 6 touchdowns, and 725 yards. If we're being honest, though, Zeke is still the number one playmaker in Dallas, but Amari should be 1A. Kellen freaking Moore is calling plays now, so it's anybody's guess how the offense is going to change. But I still predict a high usage rate for Zeke and Amari to have some big games, but some pretty low games too. We'll have to check with Bob Long, but Amari seems to be a guy that's the definition of boom or bust. In 7 of the 9 games that he played with the Cowboys, he had less than 100 yards receiving. In 6 of the 9 games, he didn't record a touchdown. As excited as I am as a Cowboys fan for the addition of Cooper, I worry that his fantasy value has jumped out of where I am willing to pay for him. I've been known to have an affinity for Cowboys players, but with Cooper's price tag right now, I think I'll watch from afar. The Dynasty Trade Calculator fair trade for Amari Cooper says Cooper's worth 101 and Will Fuller.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to take in. There's a lot to digest there with the trade. Because it's more than likely we're going to see 2 wide receivers go 101 and 102 with Harry and Metcalf, and at least that's how it's looking right now.
Right.
And I mean, if you're a big believer in those guys, that's where you're going to land.
Yeah, you're not trading Cooper or trading those guys for Cooper.
But I can see if you're a competing team,
yeah,
and you have 101 that you got out of a trade,
right.
I can see you rather having Cooper than a rookie wideout.
Right. If he steps in and is a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 for you. Absolutely, that's more than what 101 or 102 is gonna return for you.
We could possibly see one of the biggest career revivals from a trade that we've seen in a long time. I can't remember a story like this with Cooper going from the Raiders, where he's just floundering in mediocrity, where he's being called a bust, and he's just showing flashes of brilliance, but just not there on a week-to-week basis.
Brett Favre traded to Green Bay and blew up MVP.
A little different with quarterback. A little different. And now he goes to Dallas, and we are talking about him as a wide receiver 1 in fantasy circles.
Oh, yeah.
We are talking about him as a commodity in dynasty circles.
I've seen him in top 10 of wide receiver rankings.
The Dallas Cowboy fans are talking about him as somebody that has kind of altered the what's the word I'm looking for, Matt? Like where they're going.
The projection. Trajectory, yes.
Wow.
Trajectory.
Leave that in. Don't edit that at all. But I don't know. I think Amari Cooper is one hell of a wide receiver. I think this is finally paying off a little bit for all those people that said, wow, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know. He's, like I said, he's boom or bust. Like, those numbers scare me. As a Cowboys fan, cool. I'll root for the guy. Have a 275-yard week with 3 touchdowns. Yay, that's really awesome to see. But as a fantasy owner, I'm not going to I can't trust him to be my wide receiver 1.
Not yet.
I mean,
not yet. I think
6 of 9 he didn't have 100 yards.
He's one of those guys where like you're going to have to invest in him and invest in him now, and you're going to have to pay for it too.
Yeah.
He's not penny stocks, man.
That star on the side of the helmet makes him a lot of people are looking at him now.
This player profile has been brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @DynastyDads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.